A member of the Malaysian Government has called for an international inquiry into the disappearance of MH370 following claims Malaysia knew it was mass murder-suicide.
Part 2 of the Sky News documentary airs tonight, in which an Australian aviation expert says he knows exactly where the wreckage is.
Martin Dolan was a key figure in the hunt for MH370 as head of the Australian Transport Safety Bureau when the plane went missing. But a $200 million Australian-led search in the southern Indian Ocean came to nothing.
I look back on it primarily with regret that we weren't able to deliver, particularly for the families, what the answers that they were so desperately looking for.
Is that something that still nags at you?
Of course.
Mr Dolan is now retired, but as the years passed, he changed his mind about what he thinks happened to the flight. Where he was once convinced the plane came down in an out-of-control death dive, he's now reached a view that it could have been a deliberate glide that carried the plane outside the search zone.
Do you still believe that it was a final out-of-control dive?
I think the evidence is less clear now, given that we have managed to eliminate most of the area associated with that scenario.
So if you had your time again, where would you search?
There's nothing fundamentally different that we would do. We just now have some additional information which has been brought to bear and still leads to the conclusion that the most likely location is in or around the area that we have been searching. That means there's an increasing likelihood that there was someone at the controls at the end of flight.
And about 30 kilometres outside the search zone has all along been the argument of pilot Byron Bailey, who mapped the flight radar and satellite coordinates and constantly clashed with the ATSB.
Where is it?
Latitude 3910, southeast 8818.
That's very specific.
Yep.
What if you're wrong?
If I'm wrong, then it means the airplane's probably been taken by aliens or is sitting in a hangar somewhere in Kazakhstan.
Byron Bailey retraced the flight with me in a simulator to prove it could be reached, and Martin Dolan now thinks it's possible.
So someone like Byron Bailey might be right?
Yes. He might be right. I don't disagree with any of the basic assumptions that Byron has.
It all forms part of a renewed push into the search for the wreckage of MH370. Peter Stefanovic, Sky News. And tonight, part 2 of our documentary MH370, The Untold Story, will air. The lead investigator reveals new information about the original search zone and where he thinks experts should turn to next. So that's right here on Sky News tonight at 8 p.m.